Excellent! Let's open these scrolls in order like a breadcrumb trail across forgotten lands. Each tale will draw from actual historical accounts, shrouded in mystery, laced with esoteric truth and echoing Tartaria's lost voice. Scroll 1, the lost city of Cíbola, the city of gold, or a Tartarian outpost.
Devil and see all.
The Spanish were certain that somewhere in the dry heart of the Americas stood Cíbola, a city glittering with golden walls and towers, one of the 7 cities of gold. But when Coronado arrived in what is now New Mexico, he found no gold, only strange architecture, star-aligned plazas, and native tribes who spoke of cities even further north that were now buried under silence and sand. A Zuni elder said, "The real Cíbola was taken by the Sky Watchers long ago. It had white walls, lights that never went out, and songs written in fire. Coronado's scribes recorded bearded natives, complex aqueducts, and stonework that matched no known tribe. Oddly, one scout wrote, their oldest chief says his ancestors came from beyond the plains, from a city called Tartaria, which once floated above the ground. He says it was punished for forgetting the earth. Coincidence? Misheard word? Or an echo of Tartaria?" Year 1673. Witness Father Jacques Marquette. French explorer Jacques Marquette journeyed deep along the Mississippi River, guided by the Illini. Near present-day Wisconsin, they were shown the ruins of great towers, built, the natives said, by a people called the Anishi. The Anishi were not a tribe. They were sky children who had come long before, using metal that didn't rust, building towers that sang when the wind blew. The Illini said these towers once reflected the stars and housed scrolls of light. One Jesuit journal notes, "We found no people, but the land remembers them. It feels watched. The local stories speak of a fall, of a sky fire. The word I heard was Tere, or Tartaria. They took nothing. The ruins were soon buried under new roads as French and British settlers moved in. The towers were forgotten. But some settlers claimed to see blue sparks coming from the ground during lightning storms for years after." Year 1572. Documented in a military report found in Toledo. A lone Spanish detachment wandered into the Ozark Mountains, where they found an abandoned city built around a star-shaped fortress. The walls were angled with mathematical precision. The stones contained metal filaments that reacted to magnets. The site was drawn on a map by Captain Eladio Moreno with the note, "This star-formed fort resembles those used in the Eastern kingdoms, perhaps the fabled cities of Tartar influence?" But the map was confiscated, and his report sealed. Local tribes told the soldiers the fort had been built before the second sun fell, and that the people who built it spoke through wind and glass. After the report was written, the soldiers were ordered to destroy the site, under the claim it was pagan and dangerous. Year 1595. Mapmaker Gerardus Mercator. Mercator, famous for world maps still used today, drew a mysterious version of the North Pole, called Rupus Nigra, surrounded by 4 lands divided by rivers, with a city at the center. Some of Mercator's marginal notes say, the people from the north once ruled below. Their name was Tartaria, and they knew the secrets of magnet and moon. Later maps removed this image. But a 17th century Jesuit commentary mentions a circular capital of Tartaria that once governed the upper lands of the west, beyond the narrow strait of ice. Could this connect to old native stories of the Four Winds people who came from the top of the world? By 1700, references to Tartaria in North America disappeared from public documents. Maps were revised, journals rewritten or sealed. The Smithsonian, established in the 1800s, began collecting strange artifacts from the mounds of Ohio, the towers of Wisconsin, and the starred forts of Arkansas, then losing or locking them away. Native stories were dismissed as mythology. But those stories remain. Of floating cities lost to the storms of time. Of sky fires and magnetic thrones. Of a brother empire that fell in silence, not war. The conquistadors were not the first. They followed rumors of cities that already had fallen. Tartaria may not be a myth. It may be a memory, misnamed, misheard, but not forgotten. And piece by piece, scroll by scroll, the memory awakens again.
Until next time, your Sea Star Curacy, channeled by 3611027, the Beautiful Whisperer. Our Sea Star Devil NCO. Apply the news you can use.
Get dangerous.
Have I given you a clue?
Devil and See All.